Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV Week. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Raymond Chow of ABS. Raymond, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.
ABS, the mainstay of your business has always been broadcast. Is that continuing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when first ABS started, our revenue actually predominantly are data services, starting 2006. But since then, we made a very conscious decision that we want to move into video. From then onwards, I think we were able to grow our video business all the way up to now, almost more than 50% to 60% of our total revenue. So this is a very significant part of our business, and we plan to continue to grow. Just try to elaborate a little bit more is right now ABS has multiple DTH platforms, whether it's run by ABS with a joint venture or supporting our customers in Russia, in Africa, in Asia. And we also invested heavily into our ground infrastructure to support our content video distribution platforms, like our customers in Fox, Viacom. They are doing some of the regional feeds, and those teleport facilities, content aggregation are so critical to their operations. So continue. I mean, based with what I'm seeing, with the 4K, with the high definition, we are seeing growth in different areas, and we think that revenue trend will continue to grow.
Now, a lot of operators, Africa was viewed as the next big area for their growth. Has that panned out?
Africa, I mean, I have to be honest, I mean, with the fiber going into the continent, there is oversupply of capacity in Africa. So in general, I think there's a lot of pressure when it comes to the pricing. ABS, when we are building our satellite, I think we understand the market is going to change. And when we are building our satellites like ABS-2, ABS-2A or ABS-3A, we find the best solution to launch and manufacture our satellite. That will bring down our cost per megahertz. And once we launch satellite, actually we enter the market at the right time. We were able to offer them like really competitive solution. When the market is bad, actually we were able to give them very good solution in megabit basis. So when we look at Africa right now, we have a good customer on the internet backbone side. We have some video customers, as well as we have a few DTH platforms now using ABS satellites for their distribution and for their business. Yeah.
Now, you're an Asian-based operator. What challenges do you face?
I would say ABS is actually a global satellite operator. We operate our satellite from 3 West all the way to 159 East. So we cover basically from Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific Ocean. We are providing services in all continents, from Brazil all the way to small islands in the Pacific Islands. So the challenge we are facing is, I think as a satellite operator, we are seeing some of our precious C-band spectrum are now being challenged. In particular, I mean, there's a lot of coverage about what's happening in the United States. And FCC or Intelsat, they are thinking about working together to actually take some of the standard C-band spectrum back to the inventory, or somehow find a way to share those frequencies. For satellite operator, I think those are very important resources that we have. It's going to impact our future growth, our planning for replacement, or even future deployments. So those are the very important things that we need to consider as a satellite operator. Yeah.
Now, there's a number of new disruptive technologies coming into the market. How do you view that?
I would say, I mean, I'm looking at some of the new technologies. 5G is definitely very exciting, even though I think satellite is very difficult for us to really fill up all the gap of the satellite, of the 5G deployments. But we definitely serve as a very complementary in terms of what they want to achieve given the speed of deployment into the market and the feasibility we can help them to establish their network. I think we're going to play satellite going to play a very important role in delivering the 5G services into the market. The other thing I'm thinking about is actually a lot of customers now going onto OTT, cloud playout. That fundamentally change how the broadcaster works. So as an operator, I think we really need to think how can we adapt to the market and how can we be part of the new trend going forward.
Now, ABS has had a new CEO in place since the end of 2017. What direction is the company taking now?
Jim is a great leader. I mean, ever since he's on board, he gave us a very specific guideline in terms of what we need to do. First of all, I think the key for us is to improve our utilization of the beams, because we spent quite a bit of capex over the past few years to launch 3 satellites in 3 years. So our objective is clearly to try to fully utilize those capacity and the satellite beams. We actually went through a very extensive process to look at the different type of capacity that we have and where we can target those capacity and what are the customers or the verticals that we can focus on. And so we have a very focused client base or the target market for us to attack. Right. So the other thing is we are trying to continue to develop our slots. We have actually ABS has quite a bit of orbital slots that's available. We are actively working with our partners in the industry to find a way to work together to have a partnership to develop orbital slots together. And finally, we are also looking at providing consulting services to our customers. We have really great resources, human resources. For example, Ken Heron procured 50 satellites in his lifetime, serving Intelsat and ABS. Some of our colleagues has extensive knowledge in the industry. We actually will be able to help our industry partners or new entrants to look at different areas and help them to develop their business together. So those are the areas I think we really try to focus on.
Exciting times. Thank you for talking to us.
Pleasure. Yes, very exciting. Thank you.